If you've ever felt like anxiety is running the show, you've come to the right place. We are about to build a practical, science-backed toolkit to help you take back the controls. And we're going to start with a one piece of advice that, let's be honest, never, ever works. You know the feeling, right? Your heart is pounding, your thoughts are racing, and someone looks at you and says, "Hey, just calm down." It's infuriating. It's like trying to stop a speeding car by yelling at it. It just doesn't work. And there's actually a really good reason for that. And here it is, the absolute key. You cannot think your way out of a physical response. When you're anxious, your body is deep in an animal-level reaction. It's an instinct that completely bypasses the logical thinking part of your brain. Trying to reason with it is like trying to have a polite conversation with a smoke detector that's blaring. It's just not listening. So how do we actually get a handle on it? Well, we have to learn to speak our body's language. Your nervous system basically has two modes. You've got the sympathetic system, that's your gas pedal, the fight or flight response. And then you have the parasympathetic system, that's your brake pedal for rest and digest. The secret here isn't getting rid of the gas pedal. You need that. The secret is getting really good at hitting the brakes. So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the anxiety trap itself. Then, we'll find our body's emergency brake. We'll dive into 3 awesome hacks for instant calm, learn how to literally rewire your fear response, and finally, talk about building some lasting resilience. Let's do this. So, have you ever wondered why 3 a.m. seems to be the official meeting time for all your worries? It's simple, really. It's because your brain doesn't trust you. Seriously. During the day, we're so busy, so distracted that our brain never gets a moment to process anything. So the second things get quiet, bam, it sees its chance and just dumps the entire worry file right on top of you. Okay, so how do we fix that? We flip the whole thing on its head with what's called a bottom-up approach. Instead of the brain trying to tell the body to calm down, which we already know is a lost cause, we use our body to send a new message up to the brain. We use simple physical actions to prove to our brain that everything is actually okay. And the core idea behind all of this is something called grounding. Grounding is all about anchoring ourselves in the physical reality of right here, right now. Because most of the time, the present moment is actually safe. Grounding sends that direct, simple message, hey, right here, you're safe, to that deep, instinctive animal part of your brain. All right, let's get to the fun part, the tools for your toolkit. Here are 3 emergency break glass in case of panic tools, 3 science-backed hacks you can use the very next time you feel that wave of anxiety starting to build. First up is the physiological sigh. This is your body's built-in, fastest way to hit the brakes. You do a sharp inhale through your nose, and then, without exhaling, you sneak in another little inhale on top. Then, a long, slow exhale through your mouth. That double inhale pops open all the little air sacs in your lungs, and the long exhale dumps a ton of carbon dioxide, which immediately tells your nervous system to chill out. Next, we've got the 5-4-3-2-1 method. This is a classic, and for good reason. An anxious brain is almost always living in the future, right? Worrying about what-ifs. This technique forces it back to the present. You just, right where you are, name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can physically feel, 3 sounds you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 emotion you're feeling right now. It's like an anchor that pulls your mind out of the future and back to reality. And hack number 3 sounds almost too simple to be true, the still eyes trick. Just pick a spot in front of you and lock your eyes onto it. Don't let them move at all. Now, here's the wild part. Your brain actually uses tiny, rapid eye movements to scan your memory and run those anxious thought loops. By holding your eyes still, you literally interrupt the process. It's like hitting the pause button on your brain's worry machine. Okay, so now we have our emergency tools. But what if we could go deeper? What if we could change our relationship with fear for good? Let's talk about moving from just managing panic to actually transforming it into power. This quote from Mel Robbins is an absolute game changer. Think about it. That feeling, the racing heart, the butterflies in your stomach, it's just pure raw energy. Your body is just revved up. It could be fear or it could be excitement. The only thing that determines which one it is the story your brain tells itself. So, here's how you hijack that story. The second you feel that fear response kick in, you count down out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That snaps you into your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain. Then you immediately swap in an anchor thought, a picture in your mind of a positive outcome. And finally, you say out loud, I am excited. You're not trying to get rid of the energy, you're just relabeling it. So, for our final section, let's talk about playing the long game. How do we build a stronger foundation so that anxiety has less and less of a grip on us in the first place? It's all about proactive habits that lower our baseline stress levels over time. We're going to focus on 3 simple daily habits that can make a world of difference: scheduled worry time, the gratitude list, and the brain dump. Let's dig into the first 2 because they are deceptively powerful. Okay, scheduled worry time sounds crazy, but it's brilliant. You literally make an appointment with your worries, say 15 minutes every day at 5 p.m. That's your time to worry your heart out. If a worry pops up at 10 in the morning, you just tell your brain, got it, thanks, we'll deal with that at our 5 o'clock meeting. Over time, this teaches your brain to trust that you will get to it so it can finally let you get some sleep at night. And then there's the gratitude list. This is the perfect antidote to a worried mind. See, worry usually comes from a feeling of scarcity. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough safety. By forcing yourself to focus on what you do have, even tiny things like a good cup of coffee or a warm bed, you literally shift your brain's entire perspective from scarcity to abundance. And an abundant brain is a calm brain. So here's the main takeaway from all of this. You are not powerless here. This isn't about some vague idea of willpower. It's about having the right skills. When you learn to speak the language your nervous system understands, the language of the body, you get to be the one in the driver's seat. You have the tools. You absolutely have the power. Look, this whole journey is about moving from feeling overwhelmed to feeling equipped. So my final question for you is pretty simple. Which tool will you add to your kit first? The physiological sigh? The 5-second reframe? Just picking one to try is the first step. The power to choose, well, that's the whole point, isn't it?